I'm V. Sirisha, Associate Professor, Government City College, Hyderabad. So I'm going to take the session on financial accounting to joint venture accounts. So what are the methods of keeping records for joint venture transactions? So there are already we have discussed, that is we have three ways of recording joint venture transactions, that is separate set of books maintained for joint venture business. So when a separate set of books is kept, we'll be preparing the three accounts, that is joint bank account, joint venture account and the co-venturers account. And the next method is recording joint venture transactions in the books of each co-venturer, that is when a separate set of book is not kept. So in this is second method, and the third one is, so in this only we have two types of recording the transactions. One is when each co-venturer maintains a complex record of all joint venture transactions, that is complex method. So they will be preparing two accounts, that is joint venture account and accounts of co-venturers, other co-venturer. Okay. So if A is preparing, he will be preparing the joint venture account and the account of co-venturer. Then coming to the third method, when each co-venturer maintains a record of only his own transactions, then he will be doing the partial records or the memorandum of joint venture method. So these are the three types of recording the joint venture transactions. First method already we have discussed. Now coming to the second method. Second method you have, so recording in the books of each co-venturer when no separate books of venture is maintained. In this method applicable, under this method each joint venture will open the two accounts, that is joint venture account and the other co-venturer accounts. Okay, so here what do you mean by joint venture account? In this method, joint venture transactions are limited and the venturers reside at two different places. Under this method, each venturer will record his own transactions plus the transactions related to other co-venturers. So other co-venturers capital account will be maintained. Other venturer will prepare a joint account, joint venture account and the capital of the other co-venturer. So these two accounts will be prepared in this type second method. Coming to the accounts, what do you mean by the joint venture account? So here joint venture account is a nominal account in nature and is prepared to find out the profit or loss earned by the joint venture. So what is the profit or loss earned by the venture? We will come to know by preparation of the joint venture account. So this account will be debited with the amount of goods purchased and the expenses incurred, and it will be debited with the amount of goods purchased and the expenses incurred, and credited with the amount of sale proceeds, what they have done, and what is the unsold stock taken. So these things will be credited to the joint venture account, and at the end the co-venturer will be getting the profit or loss will be transferred to him, and general profit or loss account will be, and other co-venturer shares will be transferred to their respective personal accounts. Now coming to the other co-venturers personal account. So these accounts are prepared to find out the amount due from the co-venture or due to them. what is the amount due from them or what is the amount due to them. To find out this thing, you will be preparing, they will be preparing the co-venturer's personal account. So each of the other co-venturer's account will be credited with the amount of goods purchased, and it is credited with expenses incurred and credited with his share of profit, etc. And in the debit to the debit side of the co-venturer's personal account, the amount of sales proceeds and whatever the unsold stock is taken and his share of loss will be credited. So the balance is of this account represents the amount to be settled. So it will be closed after the settlement of amount due. So this is the details about the two accounts which will be prepared in this second method. Coming to the journal entries when the separate set of books are not maintained. So here following are the journal entries prepared. So first entry is when goods are supplied to joint venture from own stock, then the entry would be joint venture account debtor to purchase account. Second entry, when the goods are purchased for cash for joint venture, then here joint venture account debtor to cash account because they have purchased it on cash. And the third entry, when expenses are paid for joint venture, then the entry would be joint venture account debtor to cash account. Because we are paying the cash, then the entry would be joint venture account debtor to cash account. When cash is advanced by co-venturer, then entry would be cash account debtor to co-venturer's account. Coming to the fifth entry, when goods supplied by other co-venturer other than this particular co-venture, then the entry would be joint venture account debtor to co-venturer account. Coming to the next entry, when other co-venturer pays expenses on joint venture, then the entry would be joint venture account debtor to co-venturer account. When goods are sold, then cash is coming in. Then the entry would be cash account debtor to joint venture account. When goods are sold by other co-venturer, then the entry would be co-venturer account debtor to joint venture account. Then the next entry, when goods are taken over by other co-venturer, entry would be co-venturer account debtor to joint venture account. Coming to the next entry, when goods are taken over by co-venturer, then he is taking the goods from the joint venture. So he is purchasing it from the joint venture. Then entry would be purchases account debtor to joint venture account. For commission receivable on sales, when the commission has to be received on sales, then joint venture account debtor to commission account because it is payable. So commission has to be debited to the joint venture account. So the entry would be joint venture account debtor to commission account. For commission payable to other co-venturer, then the entry would be here the commission has to be paid to, for example, A has to joint venture they have to pay to A. Then the entry would be joint venture account debtor to A's account. So here the entry would be joint venture account debtor to that particular person to whom we are sending it. That person's account have to be it has to be transferred to his capital account. Then joint venture account debtor to co-venturer's account. When bills receivable is received from other co-venturer, then the entry would be bills receivable account debtor to co-venturer's account. And when the bill receivable is discounted, then the entry would be cash account debtor, joint venture account debtor with the discount amount to bills receivable account. Coming to the next entry, when bills payable given to other co-venturer, then the entry would be co-venturer account debtor to bills payable account. When other co-venturer discounts the bill, then entry would be joint venture account debtor to co-venturer's account. Here the discount amount will be displayed. Okay. So when other co-venturer discounts the bill, then entry will be joint venture account with the discount amount to co-venturer's account. For profit on joint venture, entry would be joint venture account debtor, and the personal profit will be transferred to, if at all these books are these transactions are in the books of A, then in the books of A you will transfer his share to P&L account, and other person B's amount of profit will be transferred to his account, that is joint venture account debtor to P&L account to B's account. Like this, to other co-venturers name capital account has to be transferred, and his personal entry, his personal profit have to be transferred to P&L account. Now coming to the next, that is if at all there is loss on joint venture, it has to be reversed, the entry has to be reversed, that is profit and loss account debtor co-venturers capital account debtor to joint venture account. Coming to the last entry, for final settlement of accounts of co-venturers, when amount is received, then the entry would be cash or bank account debtor to co-venturers account. And then when amount has to be paid to the other co-venturer, that co-venturers capital account debtor to cash or bank account. So this is how we have to write the entries in the second method. Coming to the third method. Third method is recording in the books of each co-venturers under memorandum joint venture method. So in this method, here in this method we will be each co-venturer keeps a record of joint venture transactions. Here each co-venturer will be maintaining in this third method, recording in the books of each co-venturer under memorandum method, that is memorandum joint venture account method. So under this method, each co-venturer will record only those transactions relating to joint venture which are directly concerned with him and not those of others. Others transactions will not be entered. At the end of the period, each co-venturer must send a statement to the other co-venturer in respect of all transactions which are affected by him. And on receipt of this combined all these transactions, each co-venturer prepares memorandum joint venture account in order to ascertain the profit or loss on joint venture account. So here under this method, co-venturer opens a joint venture account including the name of the other co-venturer, and the heading of the account is joint venture account with name of the co-venturer, and then the joint venture account with name of the co-venturer account is a personal account in nature, and the concerned co-venturer will be he will be debiting this account with goods supplied by him and all payments made by him for joint venture, and this account will be credited with all incomes, and whatever the unsold stock is taken by him, so that will be credited to this account. The balance of this account represents the final settlement between the co-venturers. So these are the entries in this book. So here you see, coming to the journal entries, first one, for goods supplied and expenses incurred on joint venture by oneself, that is own himself, then the entry would be joint venture with so and so account debtor to cash or bank or creditor account. Okay, if it is by bank, if it is through cash, if the goods are supplied by him through cash, then he will be transferring it to cash account, or if at all it is through check, then it will be transferred to bank account. And if at all he supplies the goods by taking it from a creditor, it has to be transferred to creditor account. So like this the entry will be. And for the goods sold by himself, not by other co-venturer, then the entry would be, because he is selling it, if he is selling it on cash, then cash account debtor to joint venture account with so and so person. And then if at all he is doing it on check, then bank account debtor. And if he is selling it on debt, then debtor's account debited to joint venture with so and so. And now coming to the third entry, for interest and commission due to himself on account of joint venture, then the entry will be joint venture account, joint venture with so and so account debtor to commission to interest. So here he has to get the commission and interest. So joint venture joint venture account has to be debited with commission and interest. Now coming to the next entry, that is next entry is for goods taken by himself for his personal use. Then the entry will be, he is taking it from joint venture, so it has to be considered it as purchase by him. Then the entry would be purchases account debtor to joint venture account, joint venture with so and so account. Now coming to the fifth entry. Fifth entry, for own share of profit in joint venture, if he has to get the profit from joint venture, then the entry will be joint venture with so and so account debtor to profit and loss account. And if at all there is loss on joint venture, then we have to reverse the entry, that is profit and loss account debtor to joint venture with so and so account. And now coming to the last entry, that is for final settlement. If the payment is made to co-venturer, if he has to make the payment, then the entry would be joint venture with so and so account debtor to bank account. If the payment has to be received from other co-venturer, then the entry would be bank account debtor to joint venture with so and so account. So this is how we have to write the entries. So here I will conclude it. One thing we have to remember always, that is each co-venturer will be sending a periodic statement of joint venture transactions which are being affected by him only to the other co-venturer. And on receipt of such statement, each co-venturer prepares memorandum of joint venture account to ascertain the profit or loss on joint venture transactions. So this account is not a part and parcel of double entry system. The word memorandum is prefixed. So here it is just like a profit and loss account. It will be acting as profit and loss account. That is, all the expenses and losses are debited to it, and all incomes and gains are credited. So all the items of personal accounts will also appear on the same side of this account. So the difference indicates that profit or loss which has to be shared between the co-venturers. So this memorandum shows the profit or loss at the end. So this is all about the methods of recording the transactions in joint venture. End of the session.